welcome to my channel. So I know I don't normally actually film myself in my videos, like I always do tutorials and I always have like an overhead view of what I'm working on, like what art pieces I'm working on, but today I wanted to do a little bit of a different type of video. So I wanted to do a desk tour and show you guys how I organize all my art supplies and all of the different art supplies that I actually have. And I thought that this would be a fun video to make because a lot of people do like art studio tours and desk tours, and I know that I really enjoy watching everybody else's videos, so I thought maybe it would be a fun change up to do a video like that on my channel. So I have to apologize about the camera being a little bit shaky because I don't actually have my tripod right now. Like I have it, but the little piece that attaches the camera to the tripod, it went missing and I found it again. Like it went missing while I was moving. I found it again. I don't know where I put it now and I need to fix it. So I have one of those big like heavy DSLR cameras and not just like a light easy vlogging camera. So that's kind of why this is uncomfortable for me holding my camera up in front of me to talk to it. I just really want to show you guys like what my workspace looks like and kind of how I organize my art supplies, even though I don't always organize the best, but I think I might make a separate video on exactly how I organize everything, and this one is kind of just more of a space tour. So let's look in my desk and see what I have. It's kind of a lot. Let's just get straight into it. So this is what my art desk looks like. You can see that I've decorated for Christmas because it's December, so I decorated for holiday season, and I have my calendar and my little elf nutcracker and then a candle. Before I actually talk about my art supplies, I think I'm just going to address this like actual elephant on my desk. This is a desk organizer that I use for like stationery stuff and some non-art related stuff, but I also have my planner and just like random notebooks in here, as well as folders that I like to keep unfinished sketches and color charts and extra paper and like video notes and everything in. And of course I have a giant collection of Sharpies. I don't know why. And a lot of these pens. These are like Stabilo fine point pens that I got for free that came with something I ordered and I didn't buy it. But yeah, so that's what this is. It's a desk organizer that I have filled like completely to the max. And I obviously also have a few like tech related things on my desk. I have these alien looking lights that I might eventually replace because they're actually kind of small and they don't really provide as much brightness as I'd like them to. So they're also kind of in the way because they're just like, they just have like long necks. So they look kind of weird. So I might replace them eventually, but they're working for me now. I have this, it's not a tripod, it's like an arm that clamps to your desk. Like that, clamps to your desk, and you can use this to attach your camera at the top. Camera goes right here. That way you can do overhead shooting and it's much easier than trying to use like a tripod or anything like that. So this little corner is usually a lot messier because I usually have like all my art supplies that I'm using on whatever piece I'm working on. I just always like leave them here, so it's usually really messy, but right now it's pretty clean because I've cleaned up a little bit after finishing the last piece I was working on. So I keep whatever pencils I'm using. If I'm using pencils in here, this little like cup mug thing that's really cute. So as far as actual supplies, so like pouch thing that I use to like organize my pencils. So I have all of my polychromos pencils in here, which I have so many. Some of them are in here right now, but I have so many polychromos pencils. And then on this side I have the Faber-Castell watercolor pencils. They're called like Albrecht Dürer, but I'm not really sure how to pronounce it. And you can tell that they're different because they actually have like a different body, the pencil barrel. It's not round like these ones. So these ones won't fall off the desk if you lay them down, because they have like edges on them. So that's how you can tell apart the watercolor pencils from the regular ones. But anyway, this is how I store my polychromos pencils, which are one of my favorite art supplies to use. This little corner, I have a pencil sharpener, some watercolor brushes because I pretty much only like to paint in watercolor. But I do have some brushes I was using for acrylic back here that got very beat up. I have, these are the glasses I use with watercolor to fill water up, and they are dangerously stacked, very dangerously stacked. So yeah, and then I have this other cute little holder that I also use to store additional pencils and stuff like that. And then some highlighters. Behind that there's like a desk fan that I was supposed to use in the summer, but I was actually too lazy to even like use it, which is weird. Then back here, I think this is canvas board. I have some canvas board if I ever want to like acrylic paint, which it's not really my favorite. It's not like my medium of choice, but there are some canvas boards back here. So you can't really see these very well, so I'm going to move them to the top of my desk so I can explain what all of this mess is. Okay, so I brought everything to the top of my desk from the side, and I have my Prismacolors here. So this is another pencil pouch I use for that. And I have my Caran d'Ache Luminance pencils, which were definitely a splurge for me. Then some pastel pencils, so 2 sets of pastel pencils because I've kind of been getting into pastel pencils lately and I like the difference between those and colored pencils, so this has been fun to use. So now I can actually get into my art drawers here. This is a big mess, but I have a lot of like pouches that hold graphite pencils and carbon pencils and charcoal pencils and stuff like that, so that's what's in there. This one is the one that holds the pencils I use most frequently. I have my Club Ross little pin right there that I got from Chloe Rose. I love that pin so much. And then I have, yeah, it's like charcoal pencils, graphite pencils, and carbon pencils. So that is what this cute little pouch holds. So over here inside my desk, a random bag with pencil shavings. Let's move that. These are Faber-Castell pens and like soft brushes. So I actually used these for Inktober. Not this one. I used these Black Pit artist pens for Inktober, so these ones are pretty much running out now. I might have to get some new ones, and I also lost the extra small during Inktober, so I might have to replace this set right here. But I do have these gray soft brush ones as well, and then a few extra ones. This is literally a box full of extra erasers. So that's like a pack of erasers, a mess down there, some mini pencils. Look how tiny these are. I don't know where I got these from. They're so cute. Some pencil sharpeners, and these are the kind that you can rotate and you can adjust to see what size you want the point of your pencil to be so you don't waste a bunch of the pencil when you're sharpening it. Okay, I have some tape. I have this, and I don't know, this is like a crafting thing. And then refills for my battery operated eraser that I don't really use anymore. Some tape, some more kneaded erasers back here. Moving on now to the second desk drawer. Let's see what's in this one. Oh, this one is not as bad. Not as bad. So I have a little 12 set of the Faber-Castell watercolor pencils, and I think I bought these when I was deciding whether or not to buy a bigger set, because I wasn't sure if I was going to like them, but obviously I ended up liking them because I did buy a bigger set. So I thought that this was cute to keep them in their 12 pack. So in here I have a lot of like watercolor supplies. So watercolor is something I enjoy doing, and some things I do know how to paint, but other things I feel like I'm still kind of learning how to, I don't know, like different ways you can use watercolor and different styles you can use. But basically I have like some extra palettes that I use. I have some, this is just like artist's tape I use for all my art to tape it down to the desk, and it's really gentle and not super sticky so you don't end up like ripping the paper. Have some gouache. This is my Cotman set of watercolor paints, which I don't know if I can open. Oh, I got it. It's really messy. So this is my watercolor pan set. Let's look underneath. I have watercolor pencils and stuff like that. I've got some random watercolor tube paints, Gamsol. I thought these were Crayola crayons, but they're chalk, and I don't know why I have that. Some tape. These are just soft pastels, I guess, like pastel sticks. Don't really use that. And then I have some of these old junior artist, like student quality oil pastels, because I don't know, I thought maybe oil pastels would be fun, and they're actually kind of a pain. I don't know how to work with them. This is what this desk drawer looks like. It's not really as terrible as the first one, but it's still kind of terrible. Okay, and so now I have my last drawer here. This is like my paper drawer, but I also have some markers, and these are not Copic markers, but they're kind of like, not a knockoff version, kind of a knockoff version. These are the Blick brush markers, so this is like the full set of them. Got this a couple years ago as well. I know this is crazy, I have way too many supplies. I actually took this drawer completely out so that I could show you what's in here. So this is where I keep most of my paper. I have a lot of Strathmore Bristol paper, like Bristol Vellum, Bristol Smooth. This is a sketchbook. This is pastel paper, pastel matte paper, more pastel paper. I believe that this is Stonehenge drawing paper. So that's that. Let's see what else. I have way too much paper. More Strathmore paper. Arches watercolor paper, hot pressed, cold pressed. Another sketchbook. Another sketchbook. And then a toned tan sketchbook. Oh, there's more Strathmore paper. More Strathmore paper. And then black paper, I believe, that's what that is. So this is kind of boring. It's just a paper drawer, but I mean, I made it more colorful with the markers. Oh, and look, even more paper. These are like mini sketchbooks. I'm really bad with sketchbooks. You're supposed to use them to practice, but I really don't use my sketchbooks very often. Okay, so now we're under my desk because there's more stuff under my desk. There are these big portfolios. So there's this one that's really big. There's this, and these have my artwork in them. This is how I store my artwork in these big portfolios. So I might do another video where I go through my old artwork and show you, because a lot of my old artwork is actually in sketchbooks and it's not just in these portfolios that I only started using like a couple years ago. So I kind of wanted to go through and do like a flip through of my old artwork because I thought that would be so fun to compare it to my new artwork. And then back here I have some paper that didn't fit. It just didn't fit in my desk drawer. So it's a bigger Arches pad, bigger Bristol Smooth, a bigger Bristol Vellum. So yeah, that is what is under my desk. So that's pretty much it for this desk tour video. I really had a fun time filming this, and I kind of want to make a few more similar type videos like this in December because I want to switch up my topics and not only have like art tutorial videos and videos directly related to creating artwork, so I thought maybe it would be fun to change it up and do like a desk tour type video, because I know I love watching other artists' desk tours, and even for people who have an entire art studio too, like I love watching studio tours. So let me know in the comments if you thought that this was an interesting video, or if you'd want me to make any more videos like this and not just videos only about like creating art directly or tutorials. Thank you so much for watching this video. It would mean a lot if you left a comment and let me know what you thought of this type of topic, or even just what you thought of my like art supply collection or how I organize everything. But yeah, again, thank you for watching, and I will see you in the next video.